Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dak speaking, and I'm gonna do a little update. What have I been doing? I haven't been releasing videos for some days now, but that's totally normal, I guess. There's been a time where I've been for like 2 or 3 months without releasing videos and nobody died, right? So whatever. It's best to record videos when you have something to say than to record them out of habit without anything new or interesting to say, right? At least I think so. If you don't, unsubscribe, please. Now, I would just like to say that I've been reading about very interesting things. One of the most promising things that I've been reading about is possibly frowned upon by libertarians or by anarchists, I don't know. And it's the question of Zeitgeist addendum, and specifically a part of that movie where it talks about the Venus Project. For you guys that don't know what the Venus Project is, it is a 25-acre compound in Venus, Florida, where a couple of inventors, namely Jack Fresco and Roxanne Meadows, I think, are developing and are creating and are incentivizing and are promoting a concept for social organization, which they think it's very much more efficient and fair and all that jazz. So it's what they ultimately call civilization. They defend that we are not a civilized species yet, that for as long as we have crime, prisons, laws, etc., we are not civil. Okay? So they are promoting what they call a resource-based economy. And a resource-based economy is an economy that directly contraposes to the economy we have now, which is a monetary-based economy, meaning it's an economy that uses money, and where the end of the economic activity is to make money. Okay? So in a resource-based economy, the most important asset is not money, but resources, and they say we have the technology, or we could have, to run our cities, run our resources in a so much sustainable and efficient manner that everybody can have their needs met, their needs fulfilled at no cost whatsoever. And they propose a new motivational system where people will ultimately work and be incentivized by other goals rather than money. I remember you that money is non-existent. People do not buy and do not sell. They simply get what they want. They introduce what their needs are into computer systems, for instance, and there's all sorts of machines, robots, and stuff like that are in charge of actually producing and even distributing the goods. Jack Fresco even proposes that we increasingly delegate functions of decision into machines. For instance, in his idea for the city of the future, which is like a circular arrangement, the very core, the very center of the city is like a supercomputer in charge of things like water purification, air quality, ecologic balance between animals and men, all that jazz. So, and he gives us examples of why in our everyday lives we already do delegate decision power to machines. Like, for instance, when we weigh a certain piece of meat, we go to the butcher and say, "Oh, how much is this? Oh, it's 6 pounds." So, no, it's more like 4 pounds. And what did you do? You created a scale. You put that in a scale, and you let the scale tell you what the weight is, right? In the case of airplanes, how high am I going? Oh, it must be like a mile or so. No, you don't do that. You look at the altimeter, and the altimeter says you are 1.5 miles from the ground, and that's how it's supposed to be. We already do. So I want to know what my fellow anarchists and libertarians think about the possibility or the compatibility of such models with our philosophy. Personally, I think that free market anarchism is a system. It's not really a system. It's a meta system. It's a framework for the creation of legal laws, for instance, like David Friedman says. And every social organization scheme is valid and acceptable under anarchism because there's no one to rule over us, right? So I have no problem whatsoever with communal arrangements, with communitarian arrangements, and with arrangements that do not use money. Why would I? Why would it be incompatible? It's really not. So I think we have a lot to gain by competition. We must discover what is more true, what is more efficient, what is more effective, and what is more conducive to the future of humanity. And the future of humanity deals directly with concepts such as sustainability, with zero population growth. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, but when. And how should we tackle such issues? You know? For instance, I don't know if you saw the video I shared with you, but it's calculated that at current growth rates of the population, which is like 1.3% a year, in 780 years, we would have on the dry land area 1 person per square meter. And that's unsustainable, of course. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Of course, by that time, people will be living in height rather than in length. And that will, of course, save a lot of room, but it's not an answer. We can't do that forever, right? So, what do you think about resource-based economies? Would you like to live in one of those cities where you can have it all for free, where you work for personal gratification, for the pleasure of contribution, for the pleasure of giving, etc.? Or would you rather live in a capitalistic economy where you have to work for others and work other people's dreams instead of your own? Of course you can't further your own, but somebody's going to be on the receiving end, right? If you work on your own, you're probably going to hire people that will be working for you instead of for themselves. Not that it's your problem, not that capitalism doesn't have its benefits. It's what's been driving civilization right now. It has brought us lots of things, lots of technological advances. But don't you think somewhere down the line we could make a leap forward and throw money away and work in another frame of mind? And how do you think that is compatible with free market anarchism? I already gave you my opinion. I think it's totally desirable and totally compatible to have both systems, a monetary-based economy, though not a monopoly of money, of course, but a variety of competing currencies and in a monetary-based economy, along with a resource-based economy working. And the winner will take it all. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? So give me your opinion. If you haven't done so, watch the documentary. It's called Future by Design. Get the turns, watch that documentary. It's fucking amazing. And I'm totally in love with that guy, Jack Fresco. Bye.